Welcome to Pastor Andrew's Inspirations. If you enjoy these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Welcome to our online church, a congregation made up of many from around the world. No offering is necessary. Subscribing and watching videos will keep us alive under God's watchful eyes. Today we will be learning about the historical region of Judea, Part 3. The history of Judea. According to the Bible story of the patriarchs, Abraham came to the land of Canaan as commanded by God and moved around in the hill country of Judea, Samaria and the Negev. The country was populated by Canaanites, Hittites, Jebusites, and other population groups. This pattern continued with his son Isaac, his son Jacob, in his 12 sons, and daughter Dinah, and their families. The patriarchs, Sarah, Isaac, Abraham, Rebekah, and Jacob, were buried at Hebron in the tomb of the patriarchs, according to Genesis and Exodus. After the defeat of Joshua, the Israelites captured and lived in most of the land west of the River Jordan. And in the northern part, east of the Jordan River, for close to 400 years. The Bible account in 1st and 2nd Kings tells of King Saul, David, and his son Solomon succeeded in defeating the last of non-Israelite people in the land and united the tribes in one monarchy. According to our understanding of the Bible text and the recent findings by archaeologists, this was made possible by the Israelites of the Iron Age technology. Education has been divided as to the historical truth of the actual and one of a kingdom that united Judea and Samaria But unearthing of the last 30 years have found solid proof that confirms the Bible descriptions in the books of Kings. The northern kingdom was conquered by the Neo-Assyrian Empire in 720 BCE, and parts of the people in the 10 northern tribes exiled. The northern kingdom of Jordan. Remained free, but paid tribute to the Assyrian Empire from 715 BCE, which ended in 640 BCE. In 609 BCE, they were taken over again by the Egyptian Empire, and after 601 BCE by the Neo-Babylon Empire until 586 BCE, when it was finally defeated by Babylon or Babylonia. The temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, and many of the inhabitants of Judea were exiled to Babylonia. During the Persian and Hellenistic period, the Babylonian Empire fell to the defeat of Cyrus the Great in 539 BCE. Judea remained under Persian rule until the defeat of Alexander the Great in 332 BCE, eventually falling under the rule of the Hellenistic Seleucid Empire, until the revolt of Judas Maccabees resulted in the Hasmonean dynasty of kings who ruled in Judea for over 100 years. During the Roman, Judea lost freedom to the Romans from 100 to 1 BCE, first becoming a tributary kingdom and then a province of the Roman Empire. The Romans had coupled with the Maccabees in united force after barging in the year 63 BCE at the end of the third Mithridatic War. When the proconsul of Pompey the Great stayed behind to make the area secure for Rome, including his siege of Jerusalem in 63 BCE. Queen Salem, Alexandria, had recently died. A civil war broke out between her sons. Hyrcanus II and Aristobulus II. Pompeius restored his sanus, but political rule passed to the Herodian dynasty, who ruled as client kings. In 6 CE, Judea came under direct Roman rule. The southern part of the province of Judea, where the Jewish were living, still maintained some freedom. And could judge offenders by their own laws, including capital offenses until 28 CE. The Hasmonean kingdom, what is divided in 57 BCE, by Gabinus, the governor of Syria, into 5 administrative districts. Samaria, stated by Josephus. Synedria. Later, the historical region of Judea being further divided. The exact number how old the exact number of how many were in the district and how old they were in districts in the end was 10 or 11 according to Josephus. Their location is still disputed. The list is as follows: Jerusalem in the center, later becoming the district of Oran. Oran Judas was a mountainous region. Gophna, Agrabastia, north of it. Thamna and Linda to the northwest. Emos, possibly the future Nicopolis. Inways. Although other towns in the region also bore that name to the west. Bethephtha, rather than Josephus. Pelia to the southwest. Idumea to the south. Engadi and Herodian to the southeast, and Jericho to the east. Other regions outside Judea which had belonged to the Hasmonean and Herodian kingdoms and came under Roman dominance and indirect rule became also split into districts with regional capitals. These being Galilee, with the capital at Sephoria, and later Tiberias and Perea in Transjordan with Amathus. However, a district administered from a certain Gadara is also mentioned, which can be in 3 different locations. Either the Perea at or near Al-Salt in the Decapolis at Qas, or, which is relevant, or Judea at biblical Gezer in the foothills of the Judean mountains, mentioned by Josephus under the Hellenistic form of its Semitic name, Gadara, edited to Gazara, in the Loeb edition. Jewish-Roman wars and late Roman period. What do we know about the first Jewish-Roman war? In 66 CE, did Jewish launched a revolt against Roman rule that did not work. Jerusalem was taken in 70 CE. The city and the Second Temple were destroyed, and most of the people were killed or enslaved. Then the Bar Kokhba revolt followed. In 132 CE, the Bar Kokhba revolt, which lasted for years, broke out after an initial string of victories. Rebel leader Simon Bar Kokhba was able to form an independent Jewish state that lasted several years and included most of the district of Judea, including the Judean mountains, the Judean desert, and northern Negev desert. This was the historical region of Judea, Part 3. Please stay tuned for Part 4. Adonai Nisi, the Lord is our banner. Remember, if you like these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. God's blessings be upon this message and us all.